The reason why communities have been so important for Aboriginal people, particularly in the Kimberley, but also across the Pilbara and the Western Desert of Western Australia, is because the communities are generally on country. Now, the history of Western Australia is a history of moving people around against their will, and then we saw the fallout of the equal wages case, particularly in the Kimberley, with people being moved, being effectively dumped into the Fitzroy Valley in particular. And now we've seen over many decades people supported by government moving back onto country, and the creation of various communities. And so the connection for Aboriginal people living on country is very important. And what people don't realise, I think, in Perth and more broadly around Australia is a lot of these people living in remote communities still live a very traditional life. So these are people who still practice their culture, still hunt, gather, still sing their songs, because ultimately that is the cultural practice of so many people. We can't assume from a very comfortable middle class existence that culture is something that we just acknowledge at the beginning of a speech. Culture for many people is their entire life, and the value that they have, particularly in a history where everything's been taken from them, the one value they have, the one thing government can't take from them, is that connection to country, is that culture. So living on land, practicing culture is very, very important for many Aboriginal people.